person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me.
Corporations are doing great. Expectations are high. So earnings estimates have been raised for the first time in a decade for the third quarter. And that's despite, by the way, that we're living in a pandemic with a lot of business closures. But corporate America is doing very well.
Corporate America is doing very well. Now, that is a lie. But we heard a lot of lies. I mean, lies like I've never heard before. I mean, incredible lies. Last night, the debate, it was absolutely disgusting. I mean, this is incredible. She can get up there, Camellia, whatever the hell her name is, and she can get up there and just, you see her in her chair, she's squiggling, she's wiggling, she keeps, trying to smile. She's so nervous. She keeps putting out that fake smile, and she's wiggling all over her chair. Who wouldn't, when you have to pull off a lie that, oh, no, I'm for fracking. What are you talking about? I never said I wasn't for fracking. Joe never said he wasn't for fracking. How could anybody, even if you hate Trump's guts, how could anybody vote for a liar? Because, well, Trump's a liar. Are you kidding? Like this? Listen, this is insane. The taxes, remember the taxes? Same thing with taxes. No taxes, right? Not going to raise taxes. Listen.
That's why I'm going to eliminate the Trump tax cuts, and I'm going to eliminate those tax cuts.
The truth and the fact is, Joe Biden has been very clear. He will not raise taxes on anybody who makes less than $400,000 a year.
He said he's going to repeal the Trump tax cuts.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well,
I'm speaking.
It'd be important if you said the truth.
Yeah, why don't you tell the truth?
Joe Biden said twice in the debate last week that he's going to repeal the Trump tax cuts. That was tax cuts that gave the average working family $2,000 in a tax break every single year. Senator.
She says that's not true. That's not true. Oh, she's squiggling and squirming and is flashing that smile. Oh, that's not true. Of course it's true. The tax cut that he gave to the large corporations, remember, he also put in a tax cut that people are going to be getting a check for $2,000. Every household supposed to get a check for $2,000, and that's supposed to continue year after year. If they take the tax cut out, which they said they're going to, the net tax is gone. I mean, that $2,000 per person or per family per year is gone. And she knows that. And she's sitting here saying, no, that's not true. No. If we cut the corporate tax cut, no. We don't take those taxes, that income away from the folks. What a liar. Then the fracking drove me nuts. I'm not banning fracking.
I am not banning fracking. Let me say that again. I am not banning fracking. No more, no new fracking.
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated and no more subsidies for either one of those.
Here he is, no fracking. Then last night she says,
First of all, I will repeat, and the American people know, that Joe Biden will not ban fracking.
I am not banning fracking. Let me say that again. I am not banning fracking. No more, no new fracking.
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No.
no. So both of them are lying about fracking, and they're lying about the taxes. So my point is that it's the same thing with the stock market. They lie to you every day about the stock market, about the economy. These fake business news networks just totally lie, just like them. Just like them. Same thing with packing the court.
And
Senator
the
Harris.
people, Susan, are voting right now. They'd like to know if you and Joe Biden are going to pack the Supreme Court if you don't get your way in this nomination.
Let's talk about packing.
You once
Come
again
on.
gave a non-answer. Joe Biden gave a non-answer.
Trying to answer you
the
now.
American people deserve a straight answer. And if you haven't figured it out yet, the straight answer is they are going to pack the Supreme Court if they somehow win this election.
You know, that laughing of hers, when she gets caught in a lie, she laughs. Listen to this. When she says, I'm going to give you a lesson.
So I think the American people would really like to know, if Judge Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed at the Supreme Court of the United States, are you and Joe Biden, if somehow you win this election, going to pack the Supreme Court to get your way?
I'm so glad we went through a little history lesson. Let's do that a little more. In 1864...
Well, I'd like you to answer the question.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. Okay. In 1864, one of the, I think, political heroes, certainly of the president, I assume if you also, Mr. Vice President, is Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham Lincoln was up for re-election. And it was 27 days before the election. And a seat became open on the United States Supreme Court. Abraham Lincoln's party was in charge not only of the White House, but the Senate. But Honest Abe said it's not the right thing to do. The American people deserve to make the decision about who will be the next president of the United States. And then that person can select who will serve for a lifetime.
That is another lie. That didn't happen. Here's what happened. Lincoln, she should go learn her history. Well, she knows this. She's just a liar. Lincoln, at the time when he put forth his nomination for the court, they weren't in session. The Senate wasn't in session. That's all. And when they came back in session, he followed through with the nomination. Simple. That's it. Another bold-faced lie. Like the fracking, like the taxes, all lies. But they lie to you about how great this economy is. They're lying to you. And you're going to get caught in the two biggest bubbles that we've ever had. The stock market bubble and the housing bubble. That's right. They keep telling us every day, well, look at the housing market. It's beautiful. Look at this. Housing is going up. Wow. Look at the stock market. Wow. All lies. Oh, they're going up okay. But you got to look what's underneath them. A huge stimulus package. Like I said yesterday, if you think about it, right? Think about it for a moment. I mean, it's if we didn't have the big stimulus package to go in and help the corporations to go in and buy their debt when they borrowed money from investors and gave them corporate bonds. Now they can't pay those corporate bonds back. We're out there, or the Federal Reserve's out there, printing money every day, every hour, to go and buy the corporate debt, either from the banks, like I told you yesterday, or the bondholders. Housing. They're doing the same thing. Same thing with housing. Think about it. 33% of the people who have a mortgage can't pay it. They're behind 1 to 3 payments. So how can the stock market be up, and how can housing prices keep going up? And you got 4 million people in forbearance. That's 8% of all the mortgages. So how can housing prices go up? Why is housing going up and stock market going up under these circumstances? It's crazy. I'll explain why when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, join me at the Salem Conservative Summit, sponsored by the Sarasota Watch Company. That's October 23. That's Sarasota High at 7 to 9. It's myself, Larry Elder, Sebastian Gorka, Charlie Kirk. Get your tickets because they are running out. It's being sold out. That's the Salem Conservative Summit, sponsored by Sarasota Watch Company. Again, myself, Larry Elder, Gorka, Kirk will be there. And we'll have a lot of fun. You'll get a lot of good information. You'll enjoy yourself. It's going to be a great event. Great event. So luck to see all my gang members, my listeners there. So make sure you get your tickets. Okay, let's talk about this. So we heard all the lying last night, but we get the same kind of lying from the fake business news networks. They're going to get you in trouble. We have the two biggest bubbles ever, the housing bubble, and we also have the stock market bubble. In 2008, the market crashes 50%. Think about this. Please just think about this. In 2008, the market crashes 50%. Goes down 50% over 16 months. They double their money supply. Anytime you have a crash, your economy is decimated because people don't have any money. You need money to consume. We can't grow an economy without consumption. 2008, they lost $10 trillion to consumers between their equity in their home, the equity in the stock market. So you can't grow the economy because they're not out consuming. So what do? They turn around and they double their money supply from $850 billion to $1.6 trillion. Now, let's think about this. Let's look at the 2020 market crash. It went down 30% in 1 month, comparing 2008 going down 50% over 16 months. It took 16 months to go down 50%. It took just 1 month to go down 30%. What are you, nuts? But here's something even more crazy. How do you get the stock market to go back up 61% in 6 months? When? The economy is decimated. People don't have money. For heaven's sakes, 44 million people lost their jobs. And they're telling us what a great economy it is. Okay, we now have today 22 million people. Actually, it's 22 million, add another 7 to that. 30 million people out of job. Why 7? Because they're not counting 7 million. They call them discouraged workers and they don't include them. We're going to include them. That's 30 million people without a job. Remember what they had to do. The PPP, under the CARES Act, the PP program, Payroll Protection Program. This is all under the CARES program, CARE Act. Now remember, the market's on its way up 60%, while 44 million have no job. While they take and print all this money, and in 6 months, they double it. It took 144 months in 2008 to double it. to double the money supply. 144 months to double the money supply in 2008. It took just 6 months. 44 million people without a job. They got the PPP program, payroll protection program. People getting an extra $625 additional dollar unemployment check, right? 625 people get that check every month. Then you had 5 million people go into the forbearance program. We got 33% who are behind on their payments of their house. But wait a minute, the market's going up 60%. 60% in 6 months. Corporations are running out of cash. They're out of cash because remember what they've done. They've been taking all the cash that they keep borrowing, that it's free, and do stock buybacks. You do that for 12 years, you have no more operating capital. And when you're out of operating capital, guess what you're supposed to do? Go into bankruptcy. But no. They do more stimulus to make sure the corporations don't go into bankruptcy. And they go in, the Federal Reserve, and buy all the debt. So these corporations that owe money either to people who bought their bonds to raise cash or to banks. They go in and they buy all that debt and put it on their balance sheet so the companies don't have debt. And what about the housing network? What are you, nuts? We got 33% of the people behind on their payments. We got in forbearance 4 million people, and housing is booming. Housing's booming. The price of housing in 6 months was going up 8% a month. From 2008 to 2020, it goes up 0.25% a month. Housing is going up when there's no jobs. If you take 30 million jobs right now, 30 million people without a job, and most of the people that do have jobs are part-time jobs. They're not getting wages. Any wage increases are whacked by inflation, but yet the market's going up 60%. So here's how this is happening. The market is going up from all this stimulus. They take the stimulus and they don't give it to the Main Street economy. They don't help the people on Main Street. They don't get wage increases. They're not being helped at all. Instead, they give them a check, a $625 check with their other unemployment check. That's not helping people. Get them back to work, a good job, not a part-time job, not a job where they're stuffing shelves or they're sweeping the school floor. The janitor, get some good jobs with good benefits. So you got corporations, the only way, and these housing prices. How do they keep the housing prices up when they got 33% of the people behind on their payments? Well, because they're not foreclosing on them. First, they're put $5 million into forbearance, and what they're doing is they're going into the banks where these people can't make their payments, where 33% of people can't make their payments, and they go and they buy the debt, these mortgages from the banks, so they don't have to foreclose on. See, it used to be you foreclosed on a house when they're 1-2 payments behind, and the more foreclosures, prices go down. But instead, prices are going up because they're not foreclosing, and there's little inventory. You talk about a bubble. What are you, nuts? This is a gigantic bubble.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So here's what I want you to think about. And this is what I tell my gang members every day. Let's keep making money. There's the plunger team. They take all this stimulus. Now remember what's going on. The stock market. Think about this. Does this make sense? That the stock market goes up 60% in 5 months. 60%, 5-6 months. That's insane. When people, you have 30 million people out of work. 30, yeah, you're going to hear 21 million. That's not the right number because they're not telling you about the 7 million that they don't count because they call those people discouraged. So use 30 million. So you got 30 million people out of work. So the 14 million, 20 million went back to work. Remember, those are all mostly part-time service, low-paying, no-benefit jobs. The payroll protection program, while the stock market's soaring, going up 60%, how come they're putting in a payroll protection program if the economy's booming? How can you have a stock market going up 60%, but they have to put in a payroll protection program? They have to be paying people $625 additional unemployment checks every week to keep them alive. They had to offer 5 million people forbearance program because they couldn't make their payments. And then you got outside the forbearance program, you got 33% of people who have a mortgage, can't pay their mortgage, they're behind 1 or 2 payments. So the problem is, what's going on, the stock market's going up because of the tremendous stimulus. They're putting it all into the stock market, giving it all to the top 10 percentile, the very, very wealthy, who control 85% of the stock market. They're getting enormously wealthy. Main Street just lost all their payroll protection program. That's shut down. Their unemployment check, $625, that's shut down. The forbearance is still going on. But now you got more people who are going into forbearance, more people who are missing the payments on their house, 2-3 payments. But the stock market's going up. Now, I told you how they're doing that. They're taking this tremendous stimulus, which they doubled in 6 months. It took 144 months to double the stimulus in 2008, from 1929 to 2008. It took just 6 months to double the stimulus, all this money, but it's going in 2 places, housing, and it's going into the corporations. Now the corporations are out of cash. So what are they going to do? They're out of cash. Well, the Federal Reserve's printing more money. $620 million an hour to say to the banks, look, these corporations, they owe you money. We'll buy that note from you. Don't worry about it. So we're going to cover you, bank. If you're owed $5 million from this business, here's a check for $5 million. We're buying it from you. And the corporation's off the hook. The bank's off the hook. So they're rewarding failures. So you got these companies that aren't making money. Very few companies are making money. And the economy, remember, can't grow unless we have consumption. People aren't consuming. Savings rates have gone up like 44%. People aren't consuming anymore. They're trying to save. They're scared to death. So the housing, what's amazing about that, because they're not foreclosing on homes, the prices keep going up. When you foreclosed on homes in 2008, housing prices collapsed. So if you're buying a house starting in March, back in March to today, you're so screwed. Because houses, there's so little inventory, and people are getting out of the cities, and they're going to the suburbs, and there's no inventory. Housing prices are going straight up. Now, who are these people? These aren't people making, with a wife and husband making $65,000, $68,000, $70,000 a year. No. These are people who are making $150,000, $160,000 a year combined income. That's who's buying these homes. And they're paying way too much for these homes. And I hope they're putting down at least 30% because the home values are going to drop 30%. Because this crash is happening. Because the Federal Reserve knows they can't keep doing this. Because the more they keep doing this, the more they keep destroying the dollar. As I said yesterday, thank God we're the reserve currency. If we weren't the reserve currency, that's not going to last. Somebody's going to come up, either China, and they've been trying to do this for a long time, and they will. Somebody, China, the Saudis, are going to come up with a reserve currency backed by gold. You want to see us? You'll need $10,000 to buy a bottle of milk. But in the meantime, here's what we do at Phil's Gang. We're making money with the stock market being artificially pushed up. We've been making money since 2008, especially starting in 2013. But now we're going to make money on the way down. So we don't know if my gang keeps asking, well, can't they just keep printing money and keep pushing up the stock market even further by what they're doing? They're not letting corporations go into bankruptcy. They're buying their debt, right? And housing, the 33% of the people are not making payments. They're not foreclosing on them. They're buying, the Federal Reserve is printing money and buying the bank's debt. By now, housing prices would be down 20, 30% right now. But they're up instead of down because they're not foreclosing, because the banks are buying, the Federal Reserve is buying the bank's debt. So the Federal Reserve knows that they can't keep doing this. In fact, they know they got to raise rates at some point. So they're in a real bind. In the meantime, all they're focusing on is get to the deadline, they got to get to the finish line to get Trump back into office. Get back into office. And this is going to be pretty tough. It's going to be tough. Because here's the problem. The folks who are really getting hurt, or being hurt, the guy at Main Street, he's not in the stock market. He's not in the stock market. He's one of the 30 million people out of a job. Or if he's got a job, it's part-time and it's a lousy job. And they haven't felt any difference since Trump has gotten involved to become president. Because what Trump has done, magnificent things. He's done more as a president than all the other presidents combined, between the trade agreements, between the peace agreements, between what he's done for small business, cutting all the regulations. I mean, what he has done has been unbelievable. But unfortunately, it doesn't end up in the pocket of the guy on Main Street. There's the problem. It ends up in the pocket of the CEOs, their partners on Wall Street, their biggest stockholders. That's right. See, that's where it ends up. The guy in Main Street, who in 2016 had a lot of hope because they were tired of their 401k, getting screwed on their 401k. Because every crash, they lose it. They lose all their money in their 401k. The few people who do participate in their 401k. Right now, most people are looking to retirement on Social Security. Social Security, imagine that. You can't live on Social Security retirement. So this is going to be a real tough hole. Now, remember, it's not Trump's base. They love him. And the Democrats love Biden. It's the independents, the independent voter, like myself, the independent voter. We decide who the president's going to be. I'm fine. But the guy who's making $60,000 a year with his wife, or he's single, is making $38,000, $40,000, he's not fine. He's not fine. See, what Trump should have always done, what Trump should have done is never listened to Larry Kudlow and given that tax cut. Even though people were getting a couple $1,000 extra a year in their pocket, he should have never done that. He should have really just told Larry, go jump in the lake. And what he should have focused on is nothing but creating good paying jobs and start raising interest rates. You should have started raising interest rates to increase savings, to increase small business, startup businesses. That didn't happen. Now, when I come back, I'm going to show you how you're going to make some money being a gang member.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Look, join my gang, and we have a wonderful program that we give you this block of stocks. It's our portfolio. And we do a video on that stock group every day, tell you exactly what to do with those stocks, when to buy, when to start adding, when to take some profits off, when to put more profits back on. Every day we tell you exactly what to do. And we post it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sounds something like this.
Looking at Intel, continue to hold this one long. We added to it yesterday. Our stop's at 50.
And then he goes on and keeps going on and tell you exactly what to do. Who else does that for you? Tells you exactly what to do. If you just follow that, you're going to be fine, and you can help yourself, but you can help St. Jude. It works. And I'm going to give this to you for 10 days. At the end of 10 days, if you think I'm lying to you, it doesn't work, then that's it. You don't do anything. There's no contract, nothing. 10 days. But you're going to want this because you're going to want to make money from now until election night, that they're going to artificially push this market up. Now, if a crash comes, which most crashes come in October, we'll know because I am the only one. It's trademarked. Nobody else can steal it from me. Nobody has one. I got the only chart that identifies for you in a color-coded change when the institutions are pulling out the money. So if you're an Intel and you're doing well and they're pushing it up artificially and all of a sudden the institutions start pulling out, you'll see that. First, it turns yellow, gives you a warning way in advance. Yellow. Doesn't mean you have to get out right away. It's just warning you they're starting to take money out. Then when it turns red, it tells you, okay, you should be out of this. And then turn around, get back in, and sell it short. And we show you exactly how to do it. It's easy. It's easy. Look, I want you to understand something. Mortgage debt. They had to print. Think about what they had to do. They had to put 33% more money this year than last year. Do you understand what that means? Why? Because they had to go and buy all these mortgages. The 33% of the people aren't making their payments. They got to. And so how they bail out the bank? They go in and buy those mortgages from the bank, and then they put other people who are not making mortgage payments in a forbearance program. This is killing the banks. But they got to run the banks up, and that's the stocks you got to be in. And we're watching those every day. Why don't you join my gang and follow us in the bank stocks? We're just starting to buy them. We're just starting to buy them. And you know exactly which one to get in. And we start you from the beginning to the end. Just like the stocks we bought in July and August. McDonald's, Starbucks, Darden Restaurants, Ruger, Drip. All those stocks, they stay with me from the day I get in to the day I get out. Then the day I get back in again. I don't have to do any more stocks than those stocks over the next 2 years. What's wrong with that? I can hold on to those stocks for 2 years. What difference does it make? When they go up, we make money. When they go down, we make money by selling short. Okay, I've only got a few minutes, but I gotta tell you this. This is, again, this is just amazing to me. How they really just been lying to us. You know, this packing of the court. Most people, unfortunately, they're not telling what packing the court means. I want you to envision. I don't want you. They don't tell you the consequences. Think of the Twin Towers, okay, on 9/11. Think of that as our republic, our nation. And think of those two planes heading toward as AOC, okay, and Biden and Kamala Harris, okay. The three of them, or Biden and Kamala, are in one plane. He's the pilot, she's the co-pilot, and AOC's in her own plane. And they're heading to destroy our republic, because that's what it does. Court packing was one of the reasons why our founding fathers and the colonists sought independence from Great Britain. That's right, that was one of the reasons. That's how bad it is. Our founding fathers, living under the English rule, identified the importance not only to maintain three branches of government for the purpose of separating the courts from these lousy politicians, but to prevent the court from being manipulated by these lousy politicians like Harris, when you saw her lying last night, and Biden, he's sitting there lying, and they won't tell you the truth about packing. That's what this is about. That's what packing is. We can't let them pack, because the way it is set up right now, we're protected from these people. You got to have the court protected. You can't let these justices be taken over by politicians. They already, think about it, they already have some control. They already have some control. Think about when both Chief Justice Roberts and Brett Kavanaugh, remember, they worked together in the District of Columbia. They worked together at the appeals court. They both were appointed by Republicans, presidents, right? And they both lied their way into the justice, on the bench. What do I mean by that? They're not conservatives. Once they got in, not only do they vote together, they vote in tandem, I should say, in 24 of the last 25 decisions. And in those 24 of the 25 decisions, they went with the liberal justices. So they already got control. Those two birds lied, one to Bush and one to Trump. They lied about them being conservatives. And remember, it was just the Chief Justice Roberts who saved Obamacare, which is the worst health care in the world. He saved it. He sided with the liberals. Him and McCain. So this court packing, remember, is very important. How can you vote for people who are going to get in a plane and head to our republic and destroy it? The judicial independence of the courts, in which our founders sought and fought for. Once they do this, you can never restore it. Never. Once you pack these courts and you keep on putting on as many justice, once you run the White House, you're the president and you own the Senate, guess what? You can put on that court all the liberals you want. There's no more 3 branches of government. We're going to be under control of these socialists and these communists, Bernie Sanders and social AOC. It's amazing. You saw last night. I hope you saw Harris last night. Her smiling and wig. Everything was a joke and smiling. This is no joke. This is no joke. And right now, the biggest joke on us, we have the 2 biggest bubbles ever created through all the stimulus in the last 8 years. And we're in a dangerous position. But listen, it doesn't have to be dangerous if you know how to get out of the market in time with your money intact. And even better, make money on the way down. I want you to think about this for a moment. 2008, the market crashed. It went down 50%, but took only 16 months. It took 16 months to go 50%. But this last crash we had in February 2020, it went down 30%. It only took 1 month. Understand that. 16 months to go down 50%, 1 month to go down 30%. You don't think we're in bad trouble? And then how did it go back up in 6 months, 61%? That's almost impossible. Well, it's not if it's financially engineered. And if you're a gang member, you're going to make money on the way up, just like on the way down. Housing prices are going up 8% a month since April. Remember, home prices since 2008 been going, I said 0.25%, made a mistake, been going up 1.4% each month for over 8 years, compared to 8.3% each month over the last 6 months. And the only reason they can keep these prices going up because there's limited inventory and they're not foreclosing on these people who are behind. The Federal Reserve, nice little trick. They go in and they grab those mortgages from the banks. Say, give me all your bad mortgages. I don't have to foreclose on them. Keep putting them in forbearance. Oh, and how much you lose in cash flow? $850 billion? Here, let's do some more printing. Here's your $850 billion cash. It's the biggest fake market ever. But you made a lot of money on this market. If you've been with us, you made a lot of money if you've been with us on the way up. But again, 85% of people lose all their money in the market because they don't know when to get out and they don't know how to turn around and make money on the way down. Again, it's like buying a car with forward and not know how to put it in reverse. Let's fix that for you. Join my gang tonight, okay? And please, it's free for 10 days, for heaven's sakes. It's free. So check it out for 10 days and get your membership and your color-coded chart, okay? All right, good. So I'll see you on the chart tomorrow. Remember, Salem Conservative Summit, sponsored by Sarasota Watch Company, myself, Larry Elder, Gorka, and Kurt, October 23rd, Hyatt 7 to 9.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make